is that show we do. Oh, horse shit. Hang on a second. God damn it. The damn name, right? Hey, folks. You know, I'm doing it again, Jaychele. I'm sorry. I'm doing it
Fucking
again.
hate this shit.
Much better. This is the Free Agents, the show where two of wrestling media's. I guess we're still free agents, right? You're kind of not. Are you still a free agent?
I don't do media stuff for them. I only just do news aggregation, so I would consider myself one.
Like, let's be honest. I think we're both going to be free agents until we're like, making that real money. Making that.
Until I'm on Complex or Spotify, I'm a free agent.
Okay, so two of wrestling media's finest free agents talking about wrestling's, I guess, finest free agents. I guess that's the idea of this show. We have much to discuss. Huh? What?
I said loyalty is fake.
That's an interesting time to bring that up, especially today after some of the conversation we've seen on the wonderful social medias. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about Jonathan Gresham today. But first, Jaychele, how are you on this? This has been a joyous Friday for you, it feels like, right?
I'm taking many victory laps. Chris Bay will be facing Jack Cartwheel at GCW Paranoid on the 9th of April, which is exactly 1 week after my Mania weekend marathon. So say a prayer for me because I am going to try to watch as many shows from the collective and from WrestleCon as possible, which may seem like I am setting myself up for misery, but I'm a masochist.
Yes, that's one thing I've learned about you in the time doing this show. You were certainly that. I've seen in the chat something very controversial, Jaychele. I'm sure you've seen it too.
What?
Well, it's very clear. We do not slander two of the great Australians in this world. We do not do that here. However, if they are live right now, they are competing with us. So
didn't Rhea say a bad word?
On a stream, yeah, not on these streams, but a while back, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to repeat the word for obvious reasons, but she said a bad word, yes. I believe the bit was, and this isn't, this is just me adding context, folks. That's what I do here. I believe the bit was that people would send, on Twitch, you send the bits in. And when you did that, one of the people on the show would do a really aggressive insult to you. And, when you're doing that, you got to be very particular.
Why do they do streams together? Are they dating?
So anyway, back to the free agents.
Can someone answer my question?
I mean, I ain't trying to blow up their spot, but it feels like it, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna go watch it. I like wrestling couples. Obviously, my saying. I like the wife more. Who do I like more in that situation?
Here's the situation. Here's the problem, Jaychele. I think this has been pretty obvious for a while. But no one cares about Buddy Matthews, so no one talks about it. So I don't want to be the one that breaks the story. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think Rhea has a husband. Rhea was dating somebody, and he looks like he was my skin color, and now they're no longer talking, apparently.
Yeah. So this is where see how immediately dangerous this feels. It really feels like we're kind of cornered here. We have to get out of this. Listen, all I'm saying.
You have to get out of this. I can say whatever I want. Joe, I'm a part of all of the minority groups, so I can kind of just, shoot for it.
Right, well, do you have anything else to say about this speculative relationship?
I think I'm good now, though. Just wanted to get that out there.
Okay, don't go and watch their Twitch stream. We're on right now, but
you can watch it later if you want.
God bless Australia. Did anything happen in free agency this week other than what we were just talking about? Anything happen? Should we talk about the news that broke about half an hour ago regarding the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, Jaychele? Are you excited for this?
Do you see my smile?
I sure do. I'm pretty excited too.
I'm grinning.
Like that. That's great. Yes, a literal grin. You're right. That is what you're doing. Did you expect this to happen at Supercard, or did you think the ship had sailed on the FTR Briscoes match?
I think it's interesting how it happened after that news broke about, him
Yeah.
about the Tony and TBS and Warner
Mhm.
Media, whatever, and all of that stuff. I mean, I was kind of expecting it because who else were going to be their challengers, really?
Yeah.
Like, they were doing too much promotion for it not to happen, at least somewhere. So, like, when Tony bought it, it was the perfect situation for them. So,
If now we don't know, right? But if indeed Ring of Honor is going to end up under the sort of Turner umbrella, which I think is a distinct possibility at this point in terms of where it ends up being broadcast, this sure feels like it could be the Briscoes' kind of swan song, right? In Ring of Honor, um, they're going head to head with Rampage. AEW is not going to promote this show the way they will maybe in future. It's a chance to kind of finish the Briscoes' business in Ring of Honor. So
well, my question is, have Ring of Honor shows always been on pay-per-view, or were they just on Fight?
a handful of shows a year would be on like traditional pay per view.
Okay, because this is on pay-per-view, which makes it very interesting for me. I also want to see, like JJ said, what they do with Deanna, um, as well, because she's obviously an Impact talent. She's supposed to be in Dallas already for another WrestleCon thing, so she'll be there already. Um, I was not expecting FTR to really work this show. I thought they would wait on it, to be honest, but it makes sense to do it now.
Have you seen what we've done with the chat? Look at this. Look what's
Why are they?
happened.
Why are they talking
We,
about
encour-
Lexi?
we encouraged it. It's what happens. You see,
I
I
didn't
knew this was going to
encourage
say.
it.
We actually did not. This guy. I've been guilty of that many times. Not tonight. So I'm going to leave that there. Roxy, this was a story we kind of knew about this, but it was official. I think it's a hell of a signing for them. And honestly, and this may be a hot take, I think it's the right move for her too. I don't think she can lose from this show. I really
Where?
don't.
What else would she do? Go to AEW and work on Dark?
Exactly, right? Like it's because the way I see it is, let's say she does 3 years and it doesn't work out. She's 23 with the wrestling world at her feet. Like
They
she's,
signed an 18-year-old. I told you, Joe.
she
They
can't
signed an
be,
eighteen-year-old.
you lunged towards me there.
I
Yeah.
wanted to connect with the audience.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not even reading that, but it's popped me more than you'll ever know. KGG.
Did he promise one of those? Or are you gonna
Yeah,
force him to do one?
he is he on this platform still, or Neil?
You're asking me?
Well, Chris is in the chat. Great brother. He says, looks like Marco will be at AEW. He said, is it fair to say it's a little disappointing, some of the stories we're hearing from Joey and kind of the scuttlebutt about the lack of contact? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm not there anymore, so I can kind of talk a little bit more about what I heard before. But back in, I think, around Full Gear, even a little bit before that, I was kind of hearing rumblings of this happening or there being some commotion because he was supposed to have a spot. Full Gear is the one where they had the Falls Count Anywhere trios match.
Yeah,
He was supposed to go through a table. Cutler was supposed to put Marco through a table, or Marco was supposed to put Cutler through a table. One or the other. And it didn't end up happening, ended up getting scratched. So I think that's where the issues kind of started, or the non-usage or whatever it may be.
Jaychele, we've got a big problem.
Did I just break a scoop and I wasn't supposed to? Sorry.
I don't care about that. It isn't
Okay.
my scoop. I'm glad you give it. But you did a rookie mistake, one that cost our fans a great moment. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to replay that. You can take out some of the details because it's fine. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to lead with, "I have a scoop." Okay, so I'm going to say Marco something. You're going to say, "I have a scoop." Ready? All right, ready? What's it? Marco Stun.
I have a scoop.
What's the scoop?
Marco Stunt was supposed to do a table spot at Full Gear in the trios match, and it didn't happen.
It was so unnecessary. It just felt like, it felt like you got to warn me when you're going to do real reporting. You've seen
It
us
wasn't
on
even
these
real
shows.
reporting. It was something small. I didn't think it was a big
That will be on Reddit tonight, I'm telling you. And then
Please
we're fucked. Because then they'll find out about Bud Matt, and then it will all,
Oh my god.
in big trouble. Anyway, I think that was about it as far as the free agency thing. I think just for this to be clear, just for that segment, not the show. I intend to do more. This is not an improv set I'm doing here. This is a show. We're gonna do a show, right?
You know when Sean Ross Sapp does the scoops on the Q&A show and he doesn't even do that, he's giving scoops? That's what I just did.
Yeah.
Please don't It
Yeah,
was
please
not my
don't.
scoop to give. If you want,
Especially because we the real scoops were earlier on, Jaychele, right? We can't.
yeah, Monty, text me and I'll tell you where I got it from.
Was it Kenny Omega that gave that to you?
Yeah.
Also. Okay, Jonathan Gresham is the topic today, and I want to leave. Actually, no, I don't. We have more controversy. There has been a lot of discussion and speculation today about your role on this great platform, the Late Night Grin. I posted some analytics, Jaychele, which listed the age of our viewers.
You did?
I did, and I have
Wait, I
terrible.
want to see them.
I have terrible news to report.
What?
We apparently have 0 viewers in the whole world that are under the age of 18.
What do you want me to do about that?
Well, it feels like you could be changing that, you know? Now, granted, I don't watch much either, but it feels like there was a lot of people messaging me, like, hey man, this feels bad, you know? Oh, hang on a second. Oh my goodness.
Do you think? Okay, you know when there's like community guidelines and you have to be a certain age to watch certain things? Have you ever considered that people will lie about their age in order to watch things, Joseph?
Do you want me to give you my real honest answer? No, I had not considered that. Just assumed it was all above board.
I want to find these statistics now.
They're
Oh
actually
my
pretty
god.
awesome. We live in the key demo. It's really good stuff.
Is this
Okay,
why
folks.
you
Yes? What?
7,000 hours?
That's nuts, isn't it?
People should really reconsider what they do with their life.
Factual. Including you and I.
I get paid to be here. I'm gonna do this.
Fair.
Who in here is between the age of 45 and 54? Because I don't think you're allowed to watch my shows, dude.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. This Meech is, Meech. Meech is a good brother in the chat. He's
Okay, Meech, if you're nice, then you're fine. But
Yeah,
if there's anybody else, I'll call the police.
Fair. All right. Let's talk about Jonathan Gresham, I guess. Folks, if you want to send us a tip for this incredible program you're watching right now, we're apparently 13 minutes into about talking about the free agent in question. You can do that at streamlabs.com/late night grin. You had a take regarding old Jonathan Gresham, the world famous octopus man. What happened?
Do you see my boyfriend in the chat?
Oh, okay. I saw it long ago. I'll read that in a second. Let me set this up.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, well, that rules. You had a take about Jonathan Gresham. Did you get in trouble for this? Firstly, share what the take is.
I think, well, I'm not going to say I think. I prefer Jonathan Gresham over Bryan Danielson. I believe, in my opinion, that he is the best technical wrestler in the world.
What kind of quote tweets did you get on this?
None. They leave me alone.
Have you seen the latest shift regarding our guy Gresham? Because we're both big fans, but there's been a real spiteful turn against him. Have you noticed that? Have you not seen this?
No, I don't want to find it. I'm going to pull up my tweet just to make sure that, because I don't think I got any quote tweets. I don't think people really care about me, to be honest.
There has been a venomous turn as of late regarding Jonathan Gresham and how good he actually is and whether he has a ceiling on his matches. There's a whole thing. Hang on, look, this is Dion's one of them. Look. Wow, clean tweet.
Nothing. And it was for a live show, so maybe that was what it was.
Okay. We're going to talk about what he's going to do here. This one's interesting because I don't know where you're at. But
yeah, this is the school I got into, yeah.
But while we may, want him under the same umbrella of Tony Khan's money, it feels like he should be a Ring of Honor guy, right, Jaychele, rather than an AEW guy?
I think he's supposed to do both. What I think is interesting about the Ring of Honor world title, starting great, is that you're supposed to be professional. You're supposed to no-sell my stuff, and then I'm supposed to keep going.
Since when?
Remember when you came to my show and you were like, "I no-sell that. I no-sell that. I'm a professional. I'm gonna give you tips. I no-sell it."
That was simply me lying.
I was simply lying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you were saying.
I also have been using this eyeliner that's also eyelash glue. So anytime I laugh too hard, the top of my lash gets stuck to the top of my
Oh
eye. It's
God.
hilarious.
Oh, that sounds like a real. That sounds like that would really annoy me. Really get under my skin.
It's happening again. Oh my god. Okay.
That's fair.
Thank you, Dylan. I love you. But about Ring of Honor World Title, I think it should be on both brands. I think that Gresh should make random appearances on like Dynamite and just defend his title on live TV. Just be like, fuck it. Have it be a title below the TNT title almost.
I get that, and I'm not against it. However, I personally am into the idea of, for a while, him being like mostly almost exclusive Ring of Honor, but doing like one-offs every 6 months. Does that make sense? Like
That's
similar,
fine.
but
I was thinking like every 3, but that works for me
yeah,
too.
right, okay. Either way, I think Ring of Honor's best shot to make this thing stick is to have Gresham as the ace. Right?
Yes.
That feels like the way to do this. I think he should be
I
champ for a while.
I think that they should be smart and start trying to snag some people from Impact. The X division, I think you got to get your fingers on it, TK.
Yeah. Is that a reference to John Skyler?
No, let's talk about Chris Bay.
Oh, okay. So,
what am I not talking about, Chris Bay?
What do you think is going to come of the foundation? Do you think they're going to keep that alive? Because I loved that thing.
Okay, I love it so much too. I think Josh Woods is going to be there. I think he has to. I think they better bring in Rhett Titus because he has that TV title. So, and Rhett Titus is really good. I love Rhett Titus to death. He's very nice.
He's very good.
And Tracy Williams, I can't say names today. Tracy Williams is also very good as well.
Very good. Yes.
And I think you bring in Fred Yehai. I know he's not a member, but I think you put him in it.
Mm-hmm. He was kind of a fringe member for a while, right? Remember when they had him kind of on the
Okay, that's like not official.
Can we talk about how funny this is? JJ taking a shot at Ring of Honor and then immediately after hearing your dunk about the X Division. How is JJ in the chat talking shit after their television did 68,000 viewers?
Did you see? I sent you. It was the second lowest on Access TV. I love that for them.
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think it's funny.
Have they stopped paying you?
Well, I only got one interview, so if they want me to promote them more, they got to give me another one.
Keep them going.
I want Chris Bay. Okay. No Moose. You keep me away from Moose.
Fair. Yeah.
No.
Probably a smart decision. Anyway.
I'm also black, so he probably doesn't like me, but anyhow.
So anyway, I have some opponents here for Gresham. I'm going to go through some free agent names first. Okay, these are names that could be brought in for Ring of Honor. A couple of these I think are kind of fun.
Okay.
Hold on. Obviously, the big ones are the ones we talk about every week. Claudio, Joe, boring. Okay, fine. We get
boring. Boo.
Couple ones that pop me. Biff challenging for the Ring of Honor title, I think.
Big Biffy boy.
Martin Stone would be fun. A Josh Woods title versus title match after Josh beat him for the pure title. There you go. That one's probably Harry Smith, maybe, but he's a little bit problematic.
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't pay attention to UK stuff. All I know is Roderick Strong's in NXT UK.
Factual. I actually probably am going to watch that match, the title match. I've probably got to watch that.
Me too.
The former Massacre Dorado, the former Grand Metalik, he's back to be a Massacre Dorado. That'd be a fun. Leon Ruff popped me when I was looking through the list. That'd be fun. And
do Leon versus Swerve, please. Also, if you're going to do that.
There you go. A little bit of a weird one here, but this popped me. What if they brought in old John Superstar for a spot? The former Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, and he could be like John Honor.
Johnny Calabro.
You know, imagine.
I think there's Johnny Ring. I think Johnny Ring is better.
Okay, good. Yeah. Just Johnny Handshake. Goes the whole
Johnny title.
Yeah, you could do, Homicide still out there. You could do something with him and Gresh too for nostalgia's sake. That's just a few free agents that I like. Just, look through the Fightful list because I love that they have the free agents.
Or I think, maybe this is me just being the GCW bitch that I am. I think that they really need to utilize the GCW talent here. You want to bring in Nick Wayne, I think you bring him in here. I don't know what state you're having him work.
That's good.
But put him in certain states and then, kind of let him get some in-ring time under a big company, working on television, all that stuff. Same thing like a Blake Christian. Blake Christian is now tweeting out about AEW Dynamite, which makes me very excited.
He's probably signed for this, I think. I actually think he'll be on this product.
I think
That's
so.
a good
I
one.
think Alex Zane is too, because he's on that
Yeah.
Swerve card. I think that they're gonna they better.
Swerve card. We need to circle back to that. Another one that I didn't read, Colby Carino. I think there's a story to tell with him in that promotion with his dad, and there's a whole lot there. Quickly, Swerve versus Athena.
Are we gonna do this show together?
We have to do so. That feels like 2 on brand for us, right?
Dude, didn't I tag you? I was like, Joe, scream with me.
Yeah, I did not scream. I just went, that's cool.
Well, I'm a screamer. It went fucking fuck. Also, when this happens, we're gonna have to call the police. I'm gonna need an ambulance or something. I am gonna be fast out of my floor. It's gonna be a lot.
Okay, that's fair. I just couldn't. When I saw that graphic, I was like, wow, that feels like a bit. It's tremendous. Okay.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Revolver, Swerve's house. Ruby Soho's on that card too, I think.
Destination Unknown. Well. So anyway, I now have some names, Jaychele. Do you have any others you'd like to add or comment on regarding the free agents I listed there before I move on?
Well, my GCW boys, so Jack Cartwheel, Ninja Mac, I think will be a part 2. I think they'll get a look at him at Supercard, and then they'll be like, yeah, we should probably work with him. I think I would also go for Gringo Loco as well. He's doing this whole like lucha show as a part of the collective. I think that TK should be sending some people to the collective shows to be scouting. There's lots of cool shows there, lots of great talent there as well. Mm-hmm. I think they should be smart and, utilize Effie a little bit. Even AJ Gray, they were doing some Ring of Honor stuff before. I think you'd be smart and bring in the marketing titan that Effie is.
Okay, I have some AEW names. Now, these are for specifically guest spots. So people that would come in and out. Now, the obvious ones, we all know, Gresham's been very open about it. He wants to wrestle Punk and Danielson. God bless him. It may happen, especially Danielson. I think there's actually a possibility.
Yeah.
But that kind of goes
about... they have to do that.
Right, that goes about saying, right? A couple of AEW ones here that pop me that would be good, just like one-offs if you wanted to get the Ring of Honor business boom a little bit. The one I tweeted earlier, Dax Harwood. Dax Harwood versus Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, I saw that. That's really good.
That'd be something, right? Christian Cage was one that interests me. And you could even tell the story of, he had the Impact title. He's something like that. Brody King going back for a one-off would pop me.
God bless.
He's very
Can you imagine Gresham trying to climb Brody King like a tree trunk?
Do you remember that match? They had a match in like November? Remember, because that's how Gresh got his shot final battle. Remember how awesome their match was? And he did the Gonzo and all that. The very seldom discussed House of Black member named Buddy Matthews, who I don't have to give my opinion on. That'd be very good.
People are already saying it in the chat.
Factual. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian. This one I like. John Silver. John Silver versus Gresh.
That is a good one.
I got Seidel, Jungle Boy, Colt Cabana. Someone that you hate, Daniel Garcia. That match would be nuts, though, right?
It would be so good, but I don't want to think about that, so I'm just gonna say Lee Moriarty.
Fair. I have Lee here. That was the next name. Donna and Darius would be tremendous.
They should be tag champs. If they're not gonna do something big with them on the main, I think you give them tag titles.
This is what's exciting, right? Is I've seen FTR say they want to do a long program of Top Flight. That program would have more time to breathe over there. They could have 25-minute matches. It's just that part of it was interesting to me. Dustin Rhodes finally trying to win a world title after 30 years. Big pop. Big pop.
Should they let him win it, though?
No.
Maybe also somebody that's not Gresham.
I don't think he should be the Ring of Honor champ. I think he should be the NWA champ when Tony buys that.
Are we going to talk about Alex Shelley, too?
We should have mentioned he's incredible.
Yeah. I should have put him on my list. Sorry.
That's fine. Lee Johnson, Alan Angels, and Confirmed Sheep's favorite wrestler, and Helico. Up last. Doing an exercise out, all bits aside, how nuts is the AEW roster? Seriously. I
think Ring of Honor is going to help them out a lot. We always said before, especially the women's division, that they needed an indie or something like that. And we always said, Ring of Honor. And now they have it. So I feel like it would be a missed opportunity to not capitalize. But I think if we're looking at the FTR Briscoes match, I feel like I got good signals. Bill's Mafia also said Sean Spears as well. Oh, I can't bring it up. I like Sean Spears more than most people does or do. I'm not good with grammar today. Fuck it. Who cares?
Just like criticize yourself and then buried the criticism. That's tremendous.
I used to get bullied, so I'm just like, you shut it down.
But you were the one that criticized yourself, though.
Yeah. So it's a practice activity. So you criticize yourself with the criticism that you would receive from somebody else, and you already have the comeback to squash it when they criticize you.
All right, ready? I'm gonna have a go at this.
Are you gonna do it to yourself or are you gonna do it to me?
I'm gonna do it myself.
Okay.
You're a fucking bootlicker who hates on the WWF. Yeah, well, I nearly cried at WrestleMania 34, so go fuck yourself. Let me go again. Hey, dude, how can you hate on Raw? You don't even watch it. Yeah? Well, how's this, dipshit? They fired every wrestler I like anyway.
What
Impressed? I picked that up good, right?
You're a quick learner, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god! What's going on now?
My mom called me. I'm sorry.
Do you need to take it while I feel dead air like Bob would, or
No.
is it okay? Okay.
She just forgot. That's a thing.
Fine.
God bless.
Most people forget I'm on the air often, so it's it's fine. All right, we have a super grin. Remember those? What's our thing? Streamlabs.com/late night grin. Here we go. Andrew,
I promoted it wrong. When I did the show with Bob, I said the wrong thing and the chat had to correct me. I thought it was hilarious.
To be fair, though, you were hosting Bob. Feeding the Bob O'Neill comeback is a thing. It's difficult sometimes. It is what it is. We love him. He's great. Anyway, Andrew says Johnny Handshake Pop Me. Pop Me huge. Love you guys. I'm a big Gresham fan. Reminds me of Malenko. Very smooth. Maybe doesn't get the same recognition because he doesn't have big spots like Brian or Benoit. See, I agree, but I think he's more exciting than people give him credit for.
I like him a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's a black talent. I'll be honest with my bias. Okay? Yeah. But I really think he is.
You did it again. You put me in that corner again.
I was trying to keep talking.
I know.
You can't laugh. You just need to be quiet and I'll just keep going and we'll just act like it doesn't happen. Okay. Regardless, I think I engage with his matches more than most people do because obviously Brian's a technical wrestler, but I feel like the amount of combinations and just how quick on his feet Gresham is, especially at his age, he can do so much shit with just an arm. Like he'll take your arm and he's in one position, then he's like, oh, this isn't good enough. Goes to another one. Goes to another one. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? He works great for my ADHD. You have to be fast and you have to be fast moving in order for me to stay focused. And he does that very well. So it works for me.
Yeah, Andrew used the term smooth, and definitely that's there. But what you said about the combinations, is a thing, right? The way that he strings his stuff together, he's very, very exciting for sure. I'm actually with you. I think I'm kind of surprised by the hate. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway. Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston.
Oh God, yeah. They had a match here in Great Britain once. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that'd be a good Ring of Honor title match, wouldn't it? And then Jericho could come out and cost Eddie the.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
We don't say his name. We refer to him as Jazz Hands.
Jazz Hands?
Jericho Appreciation Society. Jazz.
Oh.
Hands.
Okay. But you did the hands. Was that purely because the other part sounds like jazz, or did he do something with his hands?
Jazz hands. Sounds like jazz hands.
I wondered if it was layered though, I was confused. Okay, so that's about everything. Here's my question. I'm intrigued where you go with this. Instinctual response. When does he lose this belt and who to? And I know that's impossible, but just gut feeling,
Lee Moriarty.
Yeah, see, before what happened on Wednesday or last Wednesday, I would have said Garcia, but
you leave that boy alone.
Do you not think Lee should kind of stay in? He should be so regular in AEW that it shouldn't even be his thing, though. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm very torn on all this. I find it difficult to predict such a thing. I'm intrigued by the chat's take. I will say
Yuta's a good
Utah's an
shout.
interesting one. Utah, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Utah's are probably the best because I could see him missing Dynamite more than I could. Lee's getting over on Dynamite. Like, there's a place for him on that show regularly. So
What's
it'll
his
be
music?
interesting. I liked his old music too, though. You know?
I like both of it, okay?
Yeah.
And we're not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
slander the Who We Are album on here because I'm not gonna stand for
That's
that.
definitely what I did. You're right. I just said, "Oh, get it out. It sucks." So that's what I did. You're sure correct. No, I miss that. You know, at a certain.
You better not. I want to enjoy this fucking promotion. You will not
Do you
make
know what
Brian
he's
Cage
doing
champion.
in AEW? If you do, don't have to say it. But do you know?
Wardlow.
Is that like a scoop, or is that your guess?
That's what I've heard.
Because
I
everyone's
guess
doing this thing where they go like, "Have you heard?" You know, they do this thing where they everyone that knows what it is, and I don't know what it is.
that's what somebody told me who knows people that know, I guess.
Right.
So sure, we'll go with that. I guess
But
it's Wardlow.
you've seen that trend, right? Where everyone in wrestling media keeps talking about this like mystery thing that he's doing. It's interesting.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Just say
it. It'll be fine. I haven't got a problem with it. Anyway, still this Eddie Edwards slander. I've had enough of this, man.
What are we? Why are we talking about him?
I like him, Jaychele.
I
I've had
like his
enough.
wife more.
Yeah, well, you usually do. Anyway, let's move on here. So this was all just stuff for Ring of Honor. I'm intrigued now. Let's imagine that Ring of Honor is more of a traditional developmental, and the role they actually want for Gresham is an AEW full-time talent. So you're going to drop the belt. Let's just imagine. I don't think you and I want this, but let's imagine. Let's kick it out.
Okay.
How would you bring him in, and is it as simple as him just being on Regal's squad? What do you think?
Oh, I had the Owen before.
Oh.
So I guess that's my other option is he wins the Owen. I don't know how well they'll book that or whatever that will actually look like now.
Yeah.
But the Owen made the most sense for me before the Regal situation. The Regal situation makes more sense to me now, but I think the Owen is an alternate and he'll get a lot of wins quickly as well. So if he wants to go challenge for a TNT title, he can. I don't think he should, but he could.
He would be a really interesting choice for the Owen. Like, in terms of his style and the way he can wrestle, that is really interesting. I hadn't thought of that before. I kind of thought of him as being like Danielson's hand-picked guy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, my issue with this is they're all in different camps now. Like, Lee is still technically under Matt Seidel. Yuta's still technically under the Best Friends, who will end up probably under Regal. Right. Yeah. And Garcia's with Jericho. I don't think that's what you should be doing. I think bring them together. I honestly don't. If they could make like a evolution type of thing, but like have it be one person leading all three of them. If you want to just put him all under Regal, I guess, but that's a huge stable for me to digest. But maybe Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley already mentors Lee. So
I'm very torn on this whole thing because I love Brian and Mox teaming because it's just a cool dynamic. But I have to be honest, it's like the one part of this I'm struggling with is why Moxley would care about taking young guys under his wing.
Me
you
too.
know?
Yeah.
So I kind of think. Let me be very careful with this because this is going to make me sound like I love what they're doing. So this is not me saying it's bad, but this is just my brain. I'm really intrigued by Eddie needing Mox in Blood and Guts against Jericho's guys, and that being like the first sign of where Brian and Mox's priorities are in different places. Because Brian could dismiss that, right? Like he could be like, this is bullshit. And I just ending up in a position where Kingston kind of explains to Mox, like, why are you doing all of this? Like, this isn't you. That's maybe what I would go, because then you could get back to the core idea of Brian leading a group of younger guys. But I'll be very clear about this, Jaychele. If they just are a tag team for a year, I'm fine with that too. It's all very interesting to me. So.
Maybe this is a hot take. I don't really like their tag team that much, but maybe that's just me.
Every time I try and do that for dramatic effect, like, God, I remember the damn cowboy hat thing is waiting for me. It's terrible. Like, the bit is supposed to be that I leave, And it's like, oh, Joe's throwing a fit, but instead you just see this dumb cowboy doing the damn, what do you call it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued by the idea. This is a good point. We don't talk about Samoa Joe a lot on this show.
You guys are doing a whole fucking show on Samoa Joe.
Okay. I have to talk to you about this. We're doing this on the air. Fuck it. So I was thinking a lot about how we're going to do this, configure this thing. Because you and Oracle are doing the Divas show, right? Which is format-wise the same. We're going to watch stuff and talk about it. And I was like, I don't really want Jaychele to like get homework to watch Austin Aries matches. So I was like, I'm not going to do that to her.
Austin Aries matches?
He's in it. I'm sorry, he's in the playlist. I know it's
Oh
terrible.
my
We
God.
shouldn't do it. I know. I've made this decision. Just let me get. So
I love how you have to
anyway,
explain yourself because you know it was a bad decision.
it's terrible decision. So anyway,
Bootlicker.
he's in the playlist. And I was like, I don't want Jaychele to watch all this shit. So here's what we're gonna do. I want to include you in the Grin grappler thing as like a clip that gives a different perspective.
Okay.
I want you to give us like a pre-tape, much like, you know, when Dwayne Johnson would come on Monday Night Raw in the mid-2000s?
Yeah.
Where you would basically be like, your read, if someone asks you, what's Samoa Joe's legacy and place in wrestling history, you're like gut feeling. Because his prime is like 17 years ago, and you're 17. So I'm intrigued by that. So we'll do that then. But
You know
does
what I
that
think
sound
is
fun?
incredibly interesting is I think I've only seen maybe maximum 10 Samoa Joe matches
Right.
outside of WWE.
So a lot of your like read on him, obviously you've seen WWE stuff, but a lot of your read on him is just kind of hearsay and the way people talk about him, right? So I think that could be a fun element rather than you just sitting there listening to us fucking dorks, you know, sweating bullets about Kenta Kobashi. That could be saying. So we'll do that anyway. It's another conversation. Why do I do this stuff on the air, Jaychele? What's going on around here?
Didn't we say if we were bored we were going to talk about WrestleMania weekend? And we have not yet talked about WrestleMania weekend.
So let's do that. All right. So, oh god, yeah. Did you see that GIF on Twitter? I quote tweeted it from Bound for Glory where he does the dive and he lands on the stairs. Joe?
Somebody tagged me in it. I'm not going to look for it. I'm lazy.
Okay. Okay, hang on. We have a super grin here. Riley says, I would have Gresham lose the title at the final battle to either Utah or Lee. But a fun wild card match would be Juice Robinson. That's neat. You're watching the Juice Mox match, reminding me how good he is as a singles. You could do that alongside me too. LateNightGrin.com. I did a little grin along for Mox matches. So that's fun. Yeah. This will circle back to WrestleMania weekend because I want to kick around. So we have Regal's like line up, you know, Brian's dojo, Dragon's dojo, whatever the fuck we're calling this thing. We have that. We have the Owen. Any other scenarios that intrigue you from a Gresham as full-time AEW talent perspective? It's really hard for me to imagine a lot of it, you know?
I guess if like Danielson does a rookie challenge, like a Serena rookie challenge type of thing, where I wouldn't do 5 minutes. I would go maybe 15, 20, even 30 with him and just have him take him to the limit. Have him just do the full 30.
And you could do like, rather than calling it that, you could call it like the free agent, like the scouting. You could do something like that.
Yeah,
right?
you could have him be inducted into the dojo after or whatever. And I mean, I think Yuta will eventually have to do that too, but.
Exactly. You could have Brian cut a promo almost where he's like, you know, we've looked around this place. There's not enough professional wrestlers, so we're opening up, you know, AEW's doors. You can come in and wrestle me and prove yourself. That kind of idea.
I think my issue with this is that who's gonna be like Mox? Who are they gonna bring in? Like, who's the free agent that's gonna be like, I want to be like Moxley? Like, everybody's gonna want to wrestle like Danielson if you bring them into that thing. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, they're all like technical wrestlers, but like, who do you? All I can think of is people from GCW. I don't.
Right.
And they all want to kill each other.
Man. Yeah. See,
maybe AJ Gray. I guess. Like, I don't know.
I thought Regal did a great job of like explaining it from his perspective, but I agree that if it becomes a faction, it feels like it's going to be a lot of like really serious wrestlers and then John Moxley. I would be tempted, not even doing a bit here.
Dickinson!
Not even doing a bit here about Joe. But I would really think it would be fun if Joe's role in the group was that he was the guy that Regal like asked to keep Moxley in check. You know? That could be really fun, I think. Claudio, he has that terrible name now, it looks like, and God bless him if that's actually what he's going to wrestle as, but he feels like such an obvious fit for this group. Like, he had Regal's last match, Cesaro.
Oh.
So, and again, it's the same thing you were just talking about, like where it's like everyone feels like this kind of Brian mold, you know? It's interesting. We
Oh
shall
my,
see.
I think like a Biff or Dickinson or like
That's a
even
good one.
somebody from like a blood sport, maybe I guess.
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna put women in that stable? Because I think you put a Janai Kai.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's
Yeah, that'd
too
be
young, but
interesting.
like, or even a Masha. Masha's under Impact. Never mind, you can't do that.
She's really good, by the way. Yeah, really good. Tim
Can't put
Thatcher's an
that.
interesting one
Thatcher, yeah.
because he kind of fits both.
Very true.
He kind of fits both vibes. That's really interesting to me. Yeah, that would be fun to see what they do with that. Okay. Impact. Do we think this is still a possibility for Gresh? He's obviously done some spots. What was the last thing he did in Impact, Jaychele? You watch the show every week.
I don't watch it every week. I'm actually gonna watch this episode though, which is funny that you say that because I was gonna watch it after this.
Okay.
But I think the last thing he did was Steve Macklin. I want to say with the Honor No More stuff.
Okay. Do we think he's going to be coming back?
Correct me. No.
No, I don't. Do you think he's going to be coming back anytime soon?
No, I doubt it.
It feels like he's under the TK umbrella one way or another, right? Like Sean got the story, and I've always said this before. When Sean does a story, there's weight to, there's more coming. But like, it would be a bigger story almost if TK wasn't looking at signing Jonathan Gresham, right? Like he just bought Ring of Honor. He's probably gonna get that done. So I'm not sure Impact can compete in that bidding war. But if he did go to Impact, do you have any interesting ideas? Would you do him and Jordan versus Cardona and Chelsea or some shit? What do you think? Something weird?
Oh my god, I think that would make me puke, which is why you should do it.
Factual.
Oh my god, that would disgust me.
I think you should do that, right? Because didn't they just feud each other, Cardona and Jordan?
Yeah, Cardona and Jordan did. Yeah. Jay White. That match happened, or is that the match that you're saying, JJ? Oh, I'm correct. Correct. They are building to another match with Macklin.
How much does it rule that JJ's best match in Impact for Jonathan Gresham is Jay White?
Jay White is really good, though.
I love him, but he's not an Impact wrestler.
Very true. Very true.
Josh Alexander is like, they did it at Terminus, right? So you could do that again. He feels just
they
like
didn't do it at Terminus.
They did. Josh and Gresh did. First one.
Oh, wait, they did. I thought that Alexander had another opponent. Sorry.
No, because they had that. You're thinking of the second one. The first one had that finish. Remember the double pin? Wow, you don't remember this at all, do you? I can see in your face that you're trying. You don't remember a lick of this, right? You don't see it visually.
Well, you know what I remember from Terminus is Moose versus Mike Bennett. That's
sorry to hear that.
And then Janai Kai versus Demonte.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they had a match in the first Terminus main event, and it was a double pin. I'm almost certain of this being a thing.
I'm really trying. I'm sorry.
It's fun. Fake fan.
Who said I was a fan of Terminus? Say I in the chat if you're a fan of Terminus.
Fair. So anyway, did you like my mixed tag booking for Gresham?
Yeah, that was good.
What about a match with Chris Bay?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Did you watch his match with Blake Christian?
No.
Why?
I don't watch professional wrestling, Jaychele. I've made this very clear.
Good.
Yeah, I imagine it was.
Just since I'm watching WCW matches, I feel like you should watch a GCW match or two.
There's a lot of problems with that kind of mindset that got you to that conclusion. I'm going to be honest with you. The equation that got you there, that's like saying, I'm not even going to do a comparison. Nope, I'm not going to do it. That would be bad. I'm not going to do that. That's like saying, hey, you like Jay-Z. You like Jay-Z. Why don't you listen to Machine Gun Kelly? That's what you just did. Okay.
Oh my god. That's not fair at all. I'm watching something you guys like, so you should watch something that I like. That's what I'm saying. You can take your Machine Gun Kelly blood in a vial bullshit somewhere else.
I just compared Jay-Z to WCW. Fuck, that was incredible. Anyway, anything else for Gresham? What else do we have for him? Do we have any other options for Jonathan Gresham in the professional wrestling world? We will actually do this in all seriousness. We will do it. I don't know. Actually, Oracle can't do it. I'll do it.
Oracle can't do it.
Yeah, Oracle can't do it. I just recalled.
Never mind. Never mind.
I don't know if I did.
Maybe
do that.
Bob. Bob.
So the thing about Machine Gun Kelly is like, don't people say he's good?
No.
See, I thought he was one of those guys where like most people thought he was bad, but some people thought he was
He's
good.
problematic.
Oh dear. Well, I'm very well. How dare I represent the GCW in such a fashion? I'm sorry. I apologize. Should we kind of alter this? How can we kind of what's
You
more
dug
fitting?
your grave.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. He did the shitty soundtrack for the new Fed game. Do you know that?
Yeah, he was in the video ad thing.
Look at Reese's comments. Oh dear. I mean, not wrong. Okay, I want to make this very clear. I was not trying to brand GCW as wrestling's perverts. I want to make it very, very clear. It's simply the Jay-Z part was the more key part.
You should also watch Alec Catch versus Jordan Grace. Please, for me. I'm asking nicely.
Okay, baby steps. If Jay-Z is
not like I fucking told you to watch Nick Gage versus the Hate Club versus Mance Warner, and
I would have watched that.
You would rather watch that?
I like Nick
with fucking Matthew Justice?
Absolutely. Yes. And Mance is great. Anyway.
Mance is very funny. I love him.
If Jay-Z is WCW, what Fed is Kanye? And TNA is that feels mean. You talk about mean comparisons. That can't be right.
Fuck Kanye.
Okay, well, fair. Maybe it is a good comparison then. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this anymore. What I'm learning as I do
Kanye
this
can
is that...
suck my dick.
Wow, you're really... That's fair, actually, especially right now. That's fair. I'm not going to push back on this. I kind of collected my thoughts there. I was like, well, I also realized that the college dropout came out when you were -1, which is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. Did you see that he started his post with "Control Your Narrative"? Could you imagine? Could you imagine EC3 sending him a DM?
My thing with Kanye is he actually means control your narrative. Like, he tries to manipulate regular situations into narratives about how Black men are oppressed by Black women and by the media. So maybe that's also what EC3 is doing, but with white men. So maybe they do belong together.
Hang on. You just said something there that was incredible. You said, you go, he's actually controlling his narrative. And what I think you were suggesting there, quite fairly, was that, in fact, control your narrative. I've never thought of this really fully, but in fact, in many ways, the one thing Control Your Narrative has not done is control their own narrative, really, right? It only dawned on me as you said that. I was like, hang on a second. She's got a point. At least he's actually doing it. They can't even manage that. That would be like if Ring of Honor wrestlers didn't know how to shake each other's hands.
Sometimes they don't, though. Sometimes, they forget.
But they always know, how, is what I'm saying,
No, true.
They just sort of hit the back of their arms against each other.
EC3 made a joke about a number, I think it was 88, and then he was like, oh, it wasn't a joke. Oh, it wasn't funny.
It's brutal.
Buddy, that's not how you control your narrative. Maybe you should take a class in PR from JJ.
Good Lord, you came forward again. Sometimes I feel like I'm against the ropes here.
It's just a sassy neck thing. It's fine.
That's fair. That's fair. So anyway, Jonathan Gresham. Anything else about Jonathan Gresham, Jaychele?
I hope Greshy Boy is good.
Did you just call him Greshy Boy?
Yeah. That's my new thing. I said Bobby Boy, Joey Boy.
You never said that before now. That was the first time you said it.
Oh, yeah. Joey Boy is a new one. Bobby Boy, I said on Twitter.
Bobby Boy. Do you know he doesn't even like Bobby, let alone Bobby Boy? Oh. I don't know if I'm freezing or you're
sorry,
freezing.
Sorry, Bobby.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
You're freezing for me. Maybe we're both freezing.
No, I think it may be me. Hang on. Hold fire, Jaychele. This is very dangerous, very scary. No, it's you. It's you, folks. I've won. You're slightly lagging. It's fine.
It's me.
It's fine. Yes, it's cleared up. It was like a slight lag, and I reacted to it like you just disappeared from the screen.
Oh, I see the Wi-Fi thing now.
Owned.
Oh.
Well, that's fine because we had a lot of insight to add on the. This is a good point from Phantom. Can we have a printout of the official rules of the late night grin? That's an interest because I feel
There are
like
no
the
rules.
rules are
That's the
different.
rules.
No super kicks. No punching, kicking, any kind of physicality whatsoever because it's a
No
wrestling
tope
podcast.
suicida.
Yeah, we didn't do this. Good point by Mad King. We didn't fantasy book Gresh in the Fed.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We can't. Why don't we do him on like NXT Level Up? Him and Kushida would be a banger though, right?
Myself.
Yeah.
When I eventually meet that man, he's gonna be like, "You booked me in WWE." I'm not doing that. No, ma'am.
Do you think he's gonna bury me when you meet him eventually? This is so funny. The way you're breaking up is so funny. He's clear. It clears up, and then you just become like a. It's incredible. What do you think, Jonathan Gresham? Like when you meet him, and he brings up this wonderful show that we're currently producing now. What do you think is going to be his commentary about me? So he's going to say I had some really great ideas. It feels like he will, right?
He's going to say, I like him for knowing what matches I want. I don't like him for booking me an Impact.
Fair. I thought the mixed tag would have avoided that. But that's fine. Okay, before Jaychele's internet blows up, let's wind down here. Jaychele, do you have a wrestler in mind for next week's show?
I picked... well, I guess you picked this one. Fine. Fuck it. Whatever.
Kayfabe.
Let's do Blake Christian. Fuck it.
Sorry to hear that. Okay, we're doing Blake Christian next week. He's very active. He's in every promotion right now. Jaychele's frozen.
I'm gonna make you watch one of his matches.
I've seen his match. He's good. I'm just, I'm just doing my bit. Okay. Can you still hear me at this point?
Yeah. Okay. I don't like this. I feel like I'm perfectly fine. I see myself moving and everything.
Leave and return and see if it fixes it. I can hear me, which is resulting in this dynamic where there's like a 5-second delay between my question and her answer. It's really troublesome. Oh God, look at this. Haven't even got. Here we go. Hello, Jaychele. Does it still say you have internet problems over there?
I don't see it, but it might pop up because it took a second for you to load on my screen. So we shall see.
Okay. Look at this.
There it is.
Look at the disappointment out. Look at the disappointment in our pals.
Don't fucking shame me, Monty.
Okay. We've concluded our business here anyway, Jaychele. Let's wrap up. Next week, Blake Christian. Promotions, Jaychele. You do that, and I will not say anything in order to avoid the massive lag between my feed and yours. Go ahead.
I'm not going to promote anything. I'm lagging. Just follow me on Twitter at Jaychele Nicole. It's on your fucking screen. There you go.
I'm not going to promote anything other than this promotion. Okay, well, subscribe to Jaychele's YouTube channel.
It's on my screen. It's not promoting it if it's there.
Become a patron of Jaychele's. Do all that good stuff. Blake Christian and bad internet. Shame. That's incredible. Great comment. This has been fun. This has been the Free Agents. We'll be back next week for a show that will do many views about Blake Christian. We're very excited. And keep grinning. We'll see you all for the late night grin where Jaychele may be there if internet stays in. Okay, maybe. Maybe not. It's very late. I don't know. That'll be after Rampage. LateNightGrin.com. Bye.